Okay, back once again. All right. Now we're going to talk about what the meaning of these emotions actually mean, so that you can ask yourself the questions that would allow you to go ahead and evaluate, or should I say, examine your emotions, put them under the microscope and look at it. Because if there's nothing that's been happened that's been actually brought these emotions into your heart chakra, then obviously they're enemies, they're invaders. They're trying to cause you to move into a frequency that allows them to control you a little bit more. Okay, so what does discomfort tell us? It means you need to clarify what do you want, and two, you need to refine your actions, which try a slightly different approach and see if you can immediately change the way you're feeling about the situation and or change the quality of the results you're producing. That when there caps off discomfort. Next one, fear. Okay, the solution for fear. Okay. Review what you are feeling fearful about and evaluate what you must do to prepare yourself mentally. Figure out what actions you need to take to deal with the situation in the best possible way. That's your responsibility. All right. And sometimes we've done all the preparation we could do for something. There's nothing else we can do. We still sit around and in fear. It's not gonna work. This is the point when you must use the antidote to fear, which you must make a decision to have faith. Some things ain't always seen. Knowing that you've done all that you can to prepare for whatever you're fearing, and that most fears in life rarely come to fruition. If they do, you may experience the next one, all right, which is hurt. The solution for dealing with emotional hurt is realize that in reality, you may not have lost anything. Maybe what you need to lose is a false perception. That is, a person that's trying to wound or hurt you. Maybe they really don't realize the impact of their actions on your life. Okay, that's the first one that you need to analyze. The second one is going to be take a moment to reevaluate the situation and ask yourself, is there really a loss here? Or am I judging this situation too soon or too harshly? Number three, ask yourself, the third solution that can help you get out of a sense of hurt is to elegantly and appropriately communicate your feelings of loss to the person who is involved, or otherwise who has hurt you. Okay. Number four, anger. The solution, number one, when you're angry, you need to realize that you may have misinterpreted the situation completely, and that your anger about this person breaking your rules may be based on the fact that they don't know what's most important to you, or even though you believe they should, but there's no validation that they really knew. Okay. Number two, evaluate the fact that you need to realize that even if a person did violate one of your standards, your rules are not necessarily the right rules. Even though you feel as strongly as you do about them. Yeah, sometimes we hold people to rules that they don't even have to abide by. We just be on some trip shit, you know. Number three, ask yourself a more empowering question. Like, in the long run, is it true that this person really cares about me? Interrupt the anger by asking yourself. That's how you change emotions. You challenge them by asking yourself in your mind these things that are being spoken to you right now. When you don't change your emotion, it tells the subconscious mind it must be correct. So you deceive yourself. All right. It says interrupt the anger by asking yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I communicate the importance of these standards I hold for myself to this person in a way that causes them to want to help me and not violate my standards again in the future? Remember that. In the future, you're dealing with the now, but you got to look ahead. Game plan for the future. Okay? Frustration is the next emotion. Okay? And emoting, is also the projection, which they'll deal with the more positive ones, the emotions later, the empowering ones. Okay, frustration. The solution for frustration is to ask yourself or realize that frustration is your friend and brainstorm new ways to get a result. How can you flex? How can you flex your approach? Yes, I said that already again. How can you flex your approach? Yeah. Okay. Get some input on how to deal with the situation. Find a role model, someone who has found a way to get what you want. A lot of times, collective, how many times in life have you had role models, man, who never made it to where you was trying to go? You place your fault. You open yourself up to criticism. You open up yourself to direction. All right, from people who ain't never been where you trying to go. And with that, it goes the same. You're gonna go as far as the people you talk to. If a person ain't never had a car, but he's done read thousands of books on how to get a car, how to at least a down payment car, but he's never actually went through the process, let alone he's still catching the bus. But now you got the money, you got the bread, you ready to go get you a car. And he's telling you about how you need to do it. But he ain't went through the trial and error of figuring out how to get the car. So you take his advice and everything. All right, you end up shit face down. Because you asked somebody who really didn't know instead of going to somebody who really did. So you always want to pull yourself or gravitate yourself toward people who have already made it to the statuses or the platform or the planes where you're trying to go. Because you know why? They won't mislead you because they are living testimonies of what they did to get where you really trying to go, rather than somebody sitting in the background talking about this is how you get here. All right, y'all gonna get lost together and y'all gonna fall in the same goddamn pit and be crying together. So you better wise up while you got a chance. All right. The next one is that you need to, as far as disappointment, okay. Excuse me, not disappointment. I'll take that back. We're still on number 5. No, I take that back. I almost lost my place there. Disappointment, the second one, all right, for disappointment is to basically for yourself is to set a goal, something that will be even more inspiring and something you can make immediate progress toward, okay? All right. Then, lastly, number 3 on disappointment is going to be realize that you may be judging too soon. All right. Often things are disappointed about are only the temporary challenges that are posed towards you, which is really for you to actually overcome. All right. Very much like the story of Billy Joel. All right. As I've said, you and I need to remember that God delays, not denials. And number 4, all right, as far as evaluating and brainstorming about disappointment, is to realize that a situation isn't over yet and develops more patience. Completely reevaluate what you truly want and begin to develop or even more effective plan for achieving it. All right, that was disappointment. That was the emotion of disappointment. Number 6. Now, number 7, and I'm gonna have to make another video to finish out the last 3 because this is gonna be number 7. Guilt. Guilt. The solution for guilt is acknowledge that you have in fact violated the critical standard that you hold for yourself. Number 2, absolutely commit yourself to making sure this behavior will never happen again in the future. Rehearse in your mind how, if you could live it again, you could deal with the same situation you feel guilty about in a way that is consistent with your own highest personal standards. Okay? Let me finish the rest of it on the next video.